Hello, and welcome to AGP 333 Precision Farming Systems for the fall 2017 semester. So we'll go ahead and get started. For this video here, I'm actually using my little web camera, so you actually get a chance to see me and see what I look like, and kind of bring a little personality to this online course. So with that, just to kind of give you a little background about who I am. My name's Kevin Butt. I'm professor of ag here at Ellsworth Community College. I have two main teaching focuses here, and one of those is precision ag, as well as I do a lot of the beef cattle science courses here. So a little background, I graduated from Ellsworth Community College back here in 1990. I was part of the 100th graduating class. Got my Associate of Science degree in ag transfer. Went down to Iowa State University, transferred on to there, where I earned Bachelor of Science degrees in Animal Science and Ag Education. So after graduation, came back here to Iowa Falls, worked for a local animal health company for a while as a sales rep. And while I was there is when I started working a little bit with technology and computers and started getting appreciation for it and starting to see where we could apply it into agricultural census. So was kind of their IT person there for a little bit at that animal health company. Left from there, went to work for a couple guys in the area, building computers, installing networks, writing software, a little bit of everything with computers, and really enjoyed that. From there, I moved on and spent the next 5 years working for a software company, developing software. I was the senior software engineer where we wrote software for law enforcement. So really got to see an appreciation for what they do. But while I was working at that software company, we started working with GPS and putting GPS units in police cars and being able to track what they're doing, where they were going, things like that. So that's kind of when I started getting into the GPS. And of course, the whole time my dad is and still is actively farming. And so started to see how that GPS could be applied towards agricultural sense. So after 5 years working for that company, there happened to be while I was there, I was teaching part-time a few classes for Ellsworth College, mainly some animal science and beef courses. And all of a sudden one day the full-time instructor that was here decided it was time to retire, and there was an opening, and I really enjoyed the ag teaching part, and so I applied for the job and have been here since 2004. So and it wasn't until a few years into the job here that we kind of saw a need that precision ag is something that should be taught at the college level, and there's actually careers and opportunities out there. So that's kind of where it's led me at to today, and we'll kind of see some more of this precision ag stuff coming in throughout this course. So that's kind of my professional background. And along with it, as I mentioned earlier, my dad is still actively farming, and we farm corn and soybeans and have a registered Black Angus herd. This year is kind of unique because my dad has finally got to a point where he wants to slow down, and so this year I actually took on some of the farm ground that my dad used to rent. So I'm actively farming this year and have been applying a lot more of the precision ag stuff to what we do. So that's a little bit about me. So in a little bit here, I'll kind of show you the Blackboard learning system. But one of the things that I want you to do in there as part of the whole welcome to the course is just kind of go through and introduce yourself. So what I'm asking for when you get in there, it's going to be like a discussion board, and so you'll be able to get to see everyone else that's in this course. But go ahead and introduce yourself, your name, where you're from. If you're a full-time student at the college, what is your major? For those that are not a full-time student here at the college, maybe explain what is your job or what you're doing. That kind of helps gives us a little bit of references to and a little bit of background into who you are and why you're here. The other couple things I want you to do as part of that introduction is kind of rate your precision ag knowledge and kind of put it on a scale of 1 to 10, as in 1 is you don't know anything about precision ag. In fact, this term precision ag is something that you don't even really know what it is. So that would be a 1, and then a 10 would be you can actually be sitting in this chair teaching this course. So, and usually what I do in the face-to-face classes, we kind of go through and we'll do the same thing here. Is I'll take everyone's rating and we'll kind of average it out for the group, and we'll kind of see whereas a group you kind of sit as a normal. So that actually kind of gives me a little bit of perspective and a little bit of background into some of the things that we're going to be covering in this course. So, and then the last thing I want you to do with this is just kind of what do you want to learn, what do you want to take away from this course. So just kind of put that into that post, and I'll kind of show you that here in a little bit. So Precision Farming Systems, this is an online course. This is the first time we're doing this online. So you are kind of like the guinea pigs, if you want to look at it that way. So we'll be using the Blackboard Learning System. It's a really powerful system that our college uses, and I've really grown to appreciate it and all the capabilities that it can do. So as you can see there on the screen, that is the web address. As long as you have a decent internet connection, you should be able to get to this from any computer from anywhere in the world. The best advice is in terms of using a web browser, Google Chrome is probably the best one to use. There is some videos that you'll see in this course that are part of the course. Those videos sometimes have a hard time playing in Internet Explorer. So Google Chrome, the Mozilla Firefox have been to that our college says will work. And actually on the Blackboard system there actually is a button that says test your browser, and you can test to make sure that your browser is compliant with this. So, but that just kind of gives you a little heads up on that. Textbook. There really is no precision ag textbooks out there. Lord knows I've thought about writing one, but just don't have the time to do it. And so there is no required textbook for this course. It's just not something we find out there, so don't have to worry about finding a textbook for this. A couple other things that kind of makes us unique here at the college. We do have a precision ag degree program. As part of that, we have a mobile precision ag lab. MPALS is kind of what we call it for short. And what it is, we actually take precision ag on the road. We'll go around and visit with high schools and kind of showcase what precision ag is and get a chance to kind of expose students to those technologies. The other thing is we were successful recently in obtaining a federal grant, and that federal grant allowed us to create the Ellsworth Precision Ag Center for Knowledge and Skills, or EPACS for short. And it's allowing us to, we're taking an old facility up on our main campus and getting it retrofitted with a lot of the precision ag technologies and try and make a training center not only for our students but also for those in the industry, working with some local industry partners that that want to come in and utilize the facility for some of their customers and some potential training opportunities. So we're just going to put that out there. So this course, what you'll see on Blackboard, there is actually a syllabus for this course. Please take a few moments to go through and read that syllabus and know what some of the policies and procedures are for the college. But the main thing in that syllabus, what it's going to outline, it's going to have my contact information. I'll have that up here in a little bit. But also is, what is the objectives for this course? What are the things we're going to cover, as well as, how do things get graded and what the grading scale is. So please take a chance to take a look at that. But what this course is, this is kind of like an introduction to precision ag is what I call it. We kind of start off with a little bit of just kind of defining what is precision ag, kind of put some scope and some dimensions around it, and then we start looking at the various technologies that we see out there. One of the first ones is going to be GPS. A lot of these technologies rely on that GPS system, so we kind of spend a little bit up front as knowing what that GPS is, how does it work, how is it able to tell our position, and then how does it get integrated into the rest of the equipment. From there, we're going to a lot of the various hardware systems. Yield monitors, planters, sprayers, soil sampling, auto steering, variable rate applications, getting into some of a lot of systems now are becoming integrated, so how does it all tie together? And then kind of as we start wrapping up the course is where we're seeing some newer things. Drones, UAVs for short, or kind of more official name, and then kind of getting into the data. That's where we've seen precision ag grow lately, is in a lot of the data applications and what goes on there. Along with that data is some of the software that we use that in this industry and how powerful it has become. So it's a lot of just understanding the basics of what they are, how do they work. So this course doesn't necessarily go in and train you how to install an auto steering system, but you're going to be able to learn how to operate one when you're done. So that's kind of the basic fundamentals of what we cover in this class. So yeah, the typical unit, kind of the way it's structured out, it's kind of what I call the read, reflect, display, do process. And so the first thing that we typically going to do, and I'm going to switch over here to our Blackboard system so that you could see this, is a typical unit. If I go to Unit 1 here, so the first part is reading. And so usually what that is going to be watching a video. Like I said, not textbooks, not a lot of reading that's going to be done. But what I've done is taken a lot of that information, what I've had in a PowerPoint, and putting that into a video format. So you'll be able to watch that video. There may be some reading here and there, but then along with that is you're going to be able to take some notes, and that's you can download the handout so you can follow along, take notes as to what you see in the video presentation. So that's kind of the reading part. And then usually there's a few supporting videos that go with it. And then it's getting into the reflecting part, and so that's where you get a chance to reflect back on it, and that may be something where I may have an online discussion where you and the other students get a chance to kind of bounce ideas back and forth off of each other. So that's kind of the, kind of reflect back, kind of regurgitate what you soaked in, and trying to see an application for that. The next two parts is kind of more of the hands-on part. The displaying is kind of where you get a chance to, reflect back, and trying to explain to me as to the rest of the classes that you've grasped this topic, that you've understood it. So, and it may be something where you record a video reflection, much like when I'm recording a video now. So that's kind of the displaying part. And then the do part, that's kind of where I've done the hands-on learning, the hands-on applications. And that's where, wherever you're at, it's going to be learning how to work a GPS, or, going down the road to a local dealer and showing me that you've done auto steering, or that you're able to set it up and complete a guidance pattern, something like that. So that's kind of the basic outline of what we're going to see in every unit. So, and then usually every couple units, I typically have kind of a quiz, just to make sure that you still kind of grasp a hold of the what we see or what's out there, and making sure that everything's good. So that's kind of the typical layout of the unit. Like I mentioned, the hands-on activities. Typically in a face-to-face class, we have a variety of equipment and machines and tools here at our disposal that the students go through. But since this is an online class, that's kind of impossible. So what it is as you'll see into each unit is, as I mentioned earlier, auto steering. So what I will do is allow you to go work with a local dealer and set up a guidance pattern. And what I'm going to look for is just that you understand it. So some way that you document it, whether you record a quick video with your smartphone, so you take your smartphone with you and you record a quick video and you can show that you're doing that. Is one way, or maybe it's completing an assignment or something like that. Some way that you can document it. Something else that we're just getting started with, there's a company called AgriSync. And what it is, it's kind of a lot of equipment dealers are applying or utilizing this. It's using your smartphone, and it's an app. So if you find the AgriSync app, go ahead and download it. You get set up on the account. Our college actually is like a dealer, like an equipment dealer. And so everyone's going to have to do this as an assignment in this class, is where we're going to do a video chat back and forth using AgriSync. And that may be something where if you want to showcase that you've done something like a hands-on activity, we can set up a time, we can schedule something, create a ticket in AgriSync, and then we can kind of do a two-way video conference back and forth, and I can kind of see what you're doing, and once again, knowing that we're getting some of that hands-on part worked into this class. So I'm kind of looking forward to the AgriSync. Got hooked up with the owner of that company here about a year ago. And so, we're the first college that is signed up to do this, and it's kind of exciting going forward. So, once again, not only are you guinea pigs in this online course, I'm going to get to be a little bit of a guinea pig with this as well. So, and something else that is kind of unique that's happening this year, as you can see on the screen there, is we're working with John Deere. They're precision ag folks, the corporate folks down on the outskirts of Des Moines. And it kind of started a year ago where the John Deere AMS professionals came to me and some other high school ag teachers in the state and says, we want to do more precision ag with kids, and how can we get involved? And so we developed a pilot project that we've kicked off. And so right now here in Iowa, we're kind of going through that pilot project. It's our college along with about 12 high schools in the state. And what it is every kid that gets signed up in the program, or every student that's signed up in the program, can start earning points. And the way you earn points, there's a variety of methods. One is work with a local John Deere dealer and go do a job shadow. Follow one of their precision ag technicians for a day, and you earn points that way. It's going through some John Deere sponsored events. I'm working with 2 local high schools here where we're going to do some events here at our college, along with our local John Deere dealer, and students are going to be able to earn points that way. Along with that is John Deere has an online training system called John Deere University. They've actually created 3 precision ag courses strictly for students in precision ag, whether it's us or the high school students. And going through that certification program, you're going to earn points that way. The goal for earning the points is what's going to happen is you go through and you earn enough points, you're going to get certification from John Deere, kind of like what you see there on the screen. This is no different than what their employees have to go through to become certified in something. So you're going to be, in essence, be like a John Deere employee almost. Going through certification, and the best part is it costs nothing. It's zero cost for you. So we're kind of very excited about this, and if it all goes well, and it looks like it will be, John Deere is going to be taking this out to other states. So we're kind of unique in that. Coming up in this course, there will be 1 unit where we'll basically kind of dedicate that towards getting you set up, getting your account set up, and getting you registered for those online classes. And then also working with you on if you want to do a job shadow with a local John Deere dealer. So reach out and contact me with any questions on that. So kind of looking forward to it. How to get in touch with me communication wise. The best way, you can email me through the Blackboard system. Blackboard has its own communications, but those emails don't get to my normal email box, but I do try to get in there daily to check those messages. But probably the more preferred way is to use my normal school email address, and that's what's listed right there, kevin.butt at iavalley.edu. So that's probably the best way to reach me. I typically get back to emails in a relatively short period of time. If you do need to talk to me, there is my office number, so feel free to give me a call. If I'm not here, leave me a voicemail, and I'll try and call you back at my earliest convenience. But those are the best way that you can reach to get out and get in touch with me. So here's what my expectations are. What I expect of you and of students in this course. Number 1, be prepared. So when there's a new unit opens up, be prepared to get in there, go through the videos or do the activities. Get those done on a regular schedule basis. Best advice that I give to any student taking an online class is dedicate some time every week, and just say I'm going to spend Tuesday nights from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock or whatever it may be. Dedicate a couple hours every week to sit down with this course. And make it regularly scheduled. So that's the best advice. So that's part of that being prepared, knowing what's due, what's going to be coming up in the next unit, what is going to need to be done. Take notes, and that's why I put those notes out there to kind of go along with these video lectures so that you can kind of follow along. It's kind of that old learning theory is if you just listen to something, you're going to retain maybe 5%. But if you take what you listen and you apply it, write it down, recall it later, your chances of retention increase tenfold. So, take notes all the time. That's the best thing. Another one is I expect you to get your assignments turned in on time. If you don't get them turned in on time, you're going to get a 5% deduction every day that it's late. So, once again, this is what's typically expected out in the real world. So, try and follow along with that. Absentee, and I left that absent in there. Yeah, I can't take attendance because we don't have regular scheduled times, but I do know when you get onto this course, when you log in, that you're actively participating, and there is points that can be earned for that. So if you're not, you don't get on for a couple weeks, I do know that. I'm going to mark you absent for those couple weeks. So, always get on and try and follow through on that. So, yeah, we're not into face-to-face, but still expect that to be there. So here's what my classroom rules are, because this is a classroom. I have some of this along with some other rules posted in my normal classroom down the hallway. But what my expectations are is, number 1, everyone participates. And you're going to see that as part of the discussion forums and all that. I expect everyone to get in there and weigh in on things. And so I expect everyone to get on and be actively engaged. Feel free to ask productive questions. My kind of rule of thumb is there's only one stupid question in the world, and that's the question that's never asked. So never be afraid to ask a question, no matter how silly or how dumb you think it is. It really isn't. So, so really, do ask those great questions, because that's where we learn a lot, is by asking questions of each other. So, another one, and this one's always kind of interesting, is, you can disagree. So if someone puts something out there, you can disagree with them, but don't be disagreeable as to where, you can't accept it back. So, everyone has a lot of opinions. And a lot of thoughts and a lot of processes, and so try and be open-minded to what everyone else has and what their needs are. So, and that kind of rolls into that last classroom rule, is try and respect one another. We're all professionals, we're professional students, we're all professionals, and I kind of expect that we give everyone their due diligence. So as we're kind of wrapping up here, what should you expect out of this class? Number one, I want you to get your money's worth. Attending college is not something that's cheap anymore these days. So I want to make sure that you get your money's worth. I want you to learn something. We should have some healthy discussions on discussion board. Precision ag is one of those where this industry is constantly changing. There's always a lot of views out there, and a lot of differing views. You look at a year ago when there was a lawsuit out there when John Deere was trying to buy Precision Planting. We had a lot of good, healthy discussions in our normal class on that. So, we'll see the same thing here throughout this semester. I'll guarantee you by the end of the semester, there's going to be something out there that will be debatable and can be discussed. So, and the other thing is learn to question things. Just because I say the sky is purple, don't believe that the sky is purple. If you think that the sky is blue, go ahead and question it. There's nothing wrong with that. So, and the last one is just enjoy. When I teach this in a face-to-face class, we always have a lot of fun with it. And it always makes it enjoyable. It makes for a better learning environment all around. So that's what I'm hoping you will expect to get out of this class. So here's where I'm going to kind of leave off. I'm going to play this video, and it's kind of, as you see, it's titled up here, "Has Precision Ag Really Made Us Lazy?" And when I play this video, it's a video about auto steering. Auto guidance has come about over the last couple of years and has been fairly adoptable. Some of you have probably operated an auto steering system already, which is great. So those of you that have, take a look at this video and keep track of how many things what you see in this video, how many things have you seen in this video that you have done as well. So I've gone through and I've done my count, and when the video's done, we'll kind of come back and take a look at that. So go ahead and here's the video. All right. So, you watched the video. Reality is, for me, I've been doing auto steering systems now for quite some time. There is quite a few of those that I have done, or some loose variation of it. Like the guy doing the crossword puzzle. I love Sudoku, so maybe I've done Sudoku in the tractor while it's been going through a field. So there's only a few things. There's only 3 things in that video I haven't done. So I've been up there quite a bit, and I know some of you probably have too. So with that, that's all I have. And and here's another prime example of what happens with auto steering. This is actually someone was distracted, and the auto steering system was going, and the person in the cab wasn't paying attention. Next thing you know, they went to the end of the field, and off the end of the field into the creek nearby. So this is one of the this is what happens if you're not paying attention with auto steers. So with that, have a nice day. Looking forward to a great semester, and of course, thank you for being here, and let's have a great semester. Thanks.